Cousins, we back kicking it live right here from the headquarters. Now, for this episode, we will be jumping into 3D nails on this press-on stand. But before we officially get into that, I just want to say, Cousin Clan, I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. I blinked and we was at 15K. I blinked again. We're almost at 16K. And for that, I just want to say I love y'all and I thank y'all so much. If you haven't already, be sure to go and check out all of my previous stuff that's out right now on my channel for free for you to watch and fill your brain up. I don't know, there's some really good stuff that's out right now. So if you need that, go get that. And also, just in case you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so I could continue to reach more people. And be sure to follow me on all other platforms. And contrary to popular belief, I do check the comments and sometimes I respond. So be sure to leave a comment of whatever some sort. And yeah. Moving on. Now, again, for this entire nail set, we're going to only be doing 3D nail art. Everything will be hand sculpted. Everything will be handcrafted. And yeah, we're going to chit chat for a little bit. But before we get into that, I do want to let you know that these tips can be found at 𝑯𝒆𝒚.com. They are in the size and length of 3XL full square. And again, if you're interested, they can be found at 𝑯𝒆𝒚.com. And as for the nail art brushes helping me get the job done today, I will be using these brushes by the brand Art Done. They are linked to my Amazon storefront and they are in the size of number 12 and number 25. If you are interested in any kind of way, you can now find these brushes linked to my Amazon storefront. That link is below in the description. So if you need that, go get that. I honestly love these brushes, and if you're a beginner, I do think they work very well. Just want to put that out there. Moving on. As for my polishes, if you see any black or white gel polish, it is by the brand KAAY. And these two can be found linked to my Amazon storefront. Now, I will be using a whole host of other colors, mainly like skin tone colors, because that's kind of the vibe that we're going for. But as far as black and white gel polish, again, it's by the brand KAAY. And if you are interested, it is linked to my Amazon storefront. Now, I know everybody likes their certain brands, so if it ain't your tea, again, don't sell. Just saying. Now, here's to us actually getting to the designing of the nails. First things first, I will say that I do not build press-ons unless it just majorly calls for it. If I just so happen to be encapsulating something and it needs acrylic or it needs polygel or whatever I'm feeling like using at the time. Here at the headquarters, if you're new here, I do use acrylic and polygel only. But if I'm encapsulating something and it just calls for that, then yes. But just to be out here building press-ons, I typically don't. But it doesn't mean that won't change in the future. Just as of right now, I don't build press-ons. I go right into designing. Now, again, this will be a 3D set. So for my 3D, I will be using the brand 𝒆𝒚. That is the only way I know how to pronounce that brand. But if you're interested in it, it can be found linked to my Amazon storefront. And I will be using the clear and the white solid building gel non-stick hand. So yeah, I like this a lot and I have used it a lot, and you will see that here shortly in just a second. But yes, if you're interested in this, again, it must be, and it can be found linked to my Amazon storefront. I know you're like, hey, god damn, you keep repeating yourself, but you will be surprised at how many people are going to say, hey, where did you get that builder gel from? And I've said it 100 times. So again, Amazon storefront link is in the description. As you can see, I have used this white down to the pits, opposed to me using the clear. I just like the white better. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to bust out the clear, of course, but I just like that white better. I don't know. Don't judge me. But anyway, both of them are going to be helping me get the job done. Now, I went in and painted the base of the nails like brown and a soft pink. There was no real reason for that. We will be base coating because I have to do a lot of 3D and I don't want the 3D falling off. Typically, when a 3D is not sticking to the nail, it's probably because you need base coat first. So yes, I will be base coating the nails, because I really want, when it's time for me to do the 3D, for it to stick to the nail. We don't want the 3D falling off and all of that other stuff. So yes, we're going to base coat the nails. I am using the Beetles Gel Foundation Gel. Going to base coat all the nails, and then we are going to cure the base coat for 60 to 120 seconds. Yes, you do have to cure base coat. Again, yes, you do have to cure base coat. Base coat cannot be used while wet. You do have to cure base coat in order for it to work. Just want to put that out there. You cannot apply any gel product to wet base coat. It is not going to work. So yes, you must cure base coat. Now that the base coat is officially cured, we are going to go in right here and we're going to start building on this nail. Now, I don't know if I said it or not, but for this set, I am thinking to do 3D body parts, okay? Like the mouth and the tongue, the nose and the mouth, the ear, some teeth. I don't know, I kind of did a little sketch of what I wanted to do for these nails, but we're going to see how that actually comes out. I don't know. Now, right here, we are starting off doing the mouth and teeth design. So I'm going in sculpting out the teeth first. And really with this design, it's really simple. Like, you can manipulate 3D gel into anything that you want it to be, as long as it's uncured. Once it's cured, manipulation is over. There's no more manipulating going on. But long as it's uncured, you can manipulate this 3D gel to be anything, any shape, any which way you want it. Seriously. When it comes to me as an artist, I really love detailed art. I live for detailed art, especially like 3D and hand-drawn detail art. Like, how did you get such talent? I don't know. That's just my thing. Like, anybody who is doing real detailed 3D art or real detailed hand-drawn art, I love it and I can sit and watch it for days. Seriously. Those are typically the artists that I like to follow on platforms. I will follow people back, but 9 times out of 10 for my algorithm, I want to see the detailed stuff when it comes to me seeing nails. I want to see details. I don't really want to see you playing it safe. Like, I know the girls like what they like. A girl, you know, like, you can't help that she keep coming in here asking you for a French tip. You can't help that she don't want 3D. But I really love the girls who step outside the box and do not play it safe. That is my thing. Now, of course, I love artists who have the versatility. Like, you can pull a French tip, but you can also draw 3D portraits on the nail. Like, yes, that's cute. But I'm really probably following you to see you draw those, like, portraits on the nail. Not because you can do a good French tip. Like, even though that's cute, I'm living for the details and the art. That right there really answers the question as to why I'm always saying, hey, step outside the box. I'm always giving the girls encouraging words to step outside the box and stop playing it safe, because it is endless possibilities of what your mind can come up with, okay? But you have to use your brain. You got to use your brain. But it's endless possibilities of what can happen. So that's why I'm always encouraging y'all to, hey, step outside the box. Do something you ain't did before. You don't like 3D? Try 3D. You know, you ain't never did a hand-drawn character, try it. Go for something simple at first and then try to, you know, inch up to the more detail. But I'm always encouraging the girls, hey, do something different. Give me something that I have not seen. So, yeah, that's the whole base behind that. Now, we're going in, getting the teeth together. And I did have to cure the 3D gel before I started adding the color. And for the color, I really want to go for that, like, realistic teeth look. We don't want to go for the extremely white, like the veneer look. I want to go for that realistic look. So I mixed in a little white, just a tad bit of yellow. And yeah, we really want to give it that teeth look, you know? If you look closely, you can see I went in and added like the little indentions within the teeth. And yeah, we just want to go for like a realistic feel. I think that's what 3D should be about. Make it cute, make it fun, but give it that look like, damn, that look good, you know? So, of course, it's taking me some time because I'm having to do layer by layer because, of course, one layer was not going to cut it. So, in order to bring that color out, you have to go layer by layer in order to bring it to life. After, like, the white part of the teeth was done, I am going in with some brown and just a little bit of black and a little bit of clear gel mixed all together to kind of create like a shading gel. And we're just going to give the teeth some definition. Like, we're just defining the lines within the teeth. Get it? I hope so. I hope that made sense. But yes, when doing this, it takes a lot of layering. And yes, you have to cure in between because it will not happen within the first run. And the first run just means within the first layer. We have the teeth officially done. I did go in between the teeth and shade in that part red. So now we're going to officially add the lips and get them molded out to look a little realistic. That base coat is really helping this gel product adhere better to the nail. Again, it's better to base coat first. Not mandatory, but it's just better to base coat. I know that without that base coat, it would have been lifting right off the nail, but we ain't had that problem. So yeah, it's just better to base coat. Just want to put that out there. Now, if you're not good with brain memory, I would suggest like going on Pinterest and just like looking up a picture of a mouth to kind of sculpt it out and get it to where you need to be as far as shape wise. Me personally, I've done thousands of 3D mouths and it just kind of comes second nature to me. But if you're not good with brain memory, I would say to go on Pinterest and look around and see what's already been done, and then kind of just search up like a picture of mouth art and go from there. We have the top lip going and I'm just getting it molded out. I'm adding like the little lines, the little indentions for the lip just to kind of give it that realistic effect. And it'll pop up better once I add the colors. Like you will be able to see the lining and all of the definition in it, but it's going good. You can manipulate the gel as long as you need to before curing. After it's cured, that's it. You're probably going to have to really bring out the clippers and the e-file to undo the structure. But as long as it's uncured, you can manipulate this gel into any kind of shape, any kind of angle that you need it to be, where you need it to be. As for the silicone tool, it can be found linked to my Amazon storefront. And the silicone tool is just what I'm using to manipulate the gel. But yes, if you're interested, they are linked to my Amazon storefront. Again, that link is attached to the description. Top lip is on. We're now going to go in and add the bottom half. And again, it's looking good. Now, I was going for the open mouth effect because I do want to add a tongue once I get the lips together, but we're going to get to that. Right now, I'm really trying to focus on just making it look as realistic as I can before adding the color to the lips. The top lip and the teeth look great. Now we just have to worry about getting the bottom lip conformed to the actual size of the mouth and making it look just as good as the top lip does. And really with this molding gel, it's kind of like a patting motion. Almost as if you're using polygel. I don't know if any of y'all ever use polygel, but kind of like that. You really just kind of pushing and pulling, building it to where you want it to be using the tool. It's really simple. And you can use your hands, but mainly you're using the tool to kind of get it to where you want it to be. Now on the sides of the nail, I am clipping off that little excess. I don't want too much of it. I kind of want it to be conformed to the actual nail and not hanging off. So yes, I'm kind of taking off that excess, but other than that, it's really simple. Seriously, like in 2.5 seconds, we already have the mouth already outlined. It's there. Now looking right here, I was a little bit like, I don't like the way I have this lip all the way down here with too much of the bottom of the teeth exposed. So I did go in and fix that. But other than that, this looks good. Looks good. I like it. And I'm like, we're going to cure this and then we're going to add the color. Once it's cured, pulling it straight out the lamp, we are going to go in and do like this pink lip situation. Now, again, I did have to cure before I did this step. So yeah, I hope that answered the question or two. And as for this color, do not ask me specifically which color this is because I did have to mix a lot of other colors to really get this one. And after I'm done mixing it, I'm like, this is the perfect lip shade. Because I was going to go for like a soft brown. But of course, I decided against that. And I'm like, we're going to use you. You're going to use you. I like you. And sometimes as an artist, when you don't have the color, you have to make the color. I'm like, I don't have any soft pinks where it's going to give like almost like a lip gloss effect on the lips. So I'm like, we're going to have to make that color. But I'm going in right here with my nail art brush and just kind of filling the lips in with the color. And so far, so good. It's actually coming together. It's actually looking like it's supposed to. And I like that. I like that. Now, these press-ons aren't going to anyone. They will be on display here at the headquarters, but I am just living for this moment. So I'm giving it my all, making sure I'm just cleaning up all the sides and making it look presentable because, again, it will be on display. But so far, so good. And just look at how good that looks once it is cured. Of course, we went in and did the same thing to the bottom lip, adding the color on. Then I cured that. Now it is time for me to do the 3D tongue. And I'm excited. So really with the tongue, I just took like a solid piece of the gel and I kind of inserted it right in between the teeth, of course. And then I'm just going to kind of pat it out, mold it out to make the tongue come out of the mouth. And I'm just thinking to myself like, this could be either really good or really bad. I don't know yet. Whatever I like, we keep. Whatever I don't like, we get rid of. And I am really big on trusting the process because sometimes you be doing stuff and you be like, I don't know if this gonna work out. But you gotta trust the process and wait till the end. I'll try to trust the process and wait till the end because it's like, if I don't like it, I will clip it off right in the middle of me doing it. Like, you know what, take this off. But with this, I'm like, we gonna wait it out. We're gonna wait it out. It looks good. It looks good, kind of. And I'm like, maybe I don't like it because it ain't got no color to it. Of course, it's white. So I'm like, maybe once I finish molding it out and add some color to it, it'll be giving what's supposed to be gave. I don't know. But we gonna keep going. We gonna keep going. After molding it into my desired look, I am now going to go in and add the color. And of course, it will take several layers of colors in order for me to really get it to the shade that I want it to. But I'm like, once the colors start going on, I was like, okay, I can kind of get with this. It's looking like something. I was literally 2 seconds away from just starting over on this whole entire nail. But I'm like, no, we're going to stick with the tongue. The tongue was really throwing me off at first, but I'm like, we're going to stick with it. We're going to stick with it. So yes, I'm going in right here, adding the color. And of course, again, it will take several different layers to get it to where I want it to be. This is like the 5th layer and it still was a little too light for me. So I'm going in with some red mixed in with the pink and kind of just darkening that color just a little bit. For things to be realistic, it's all about the colors and the tones, in my personal opinion. You have to do a lot of mixing and knowing if you need to go light, if you need to go darker, if you need to add a darker color to do more shading, all of that. Like, it really just depends on the tones and the definitions of everything when it comes to trying to be realistic with doing nail art. But again, that is just my personal opinion. So yeah, moving on. I have everything done with this. It looks really good. And I'm like, I like you. Everything is to the correct shade that I want it to be. So we're going to move on from actually adding color to the mouth. And I want to do like this 3D saliva look. And I'm like, is that too much to ask for? No, it's not. So we're going in with the McCart rhinestone glue, of course. And I just kind of did like this drip effect. And then I cured that. So it can really give like saliva dripping off the tongue, if that makes sense. And it looks good. And I'm like, I really outdone myself. Who would have thought of that? Seriously, I like it. I like it a lot. So let's keep going. Now, gracefully and gradually moving on to the next nail. This nail will be the nose and the mouth nail. I will be doing another mouth, but it won't, well, I can't say it won't be as detailed. It just won't have any teeth. I'm kind of going to do like the closed mouth effect, but we'll get to that. For now, we're just going to take just a small ball of the gel and we're going to do the nose. Again, if you're not good with brain memory, I would suggest going on Pinterest and looking up a nose and then sculpting it from there, just to give it that realistic effect. My first time ever sculpting a nose on a nail, it was really hard, in my personal opinion. But I got the job done. When it comes to me, I be determined. I be like, okay, I'm not going to give up. Because I don't want to be like, oh, it was so hard, I couldn't do it. I exhaust all attempts before I wave the white flag and throw in the towel. Okay? So that is what I am encouraging each and every one of y'all to do. Just try it. Seriously. But yes, we are going in right here and getting the nose together. And even without it having any color, it's looking good. It's a little big, but it's looking good. It is looking good. Using the skinnier end of my silicone tool to add like the actual nostrils. And I like this. So yeah, let's move on to the next step. Now, just below that, I am going to go in and add the mouthpiece. And I'm like, I could have did the mouth a little bit smaller. But hey, it is what it is. This my headquarters, my rules, my way. And of course, I'm my own biggest critic. So, of course, I'm seeing stuff that y'all don't see. Stuff that y'all be like, oh, that was cute. I'll be like, I don't really know about that. But anyway, it is what it is. Still getting this mouth together using both the silicone tool and my hands to kind of mold things in place. And so far, so good. I'm thinking like these lips are going to be super humongous. But again, it is what it is. I could have decreased the size on them, but I'm like, whatever. Go big or go home. Adding the bottom lip really made it come together for me. And I'm like, okay, we're going to start adding some color to this. Now, me going in with this brown on the nose, it is kind of clashing with the brown that I have as a background. But I'm like, I'm going to try to make this brown on the nose a tad bit darker. But of course, it's going to take some layering because I can't do all of that in one swipe. So I'm going to have to do one layer at a time and then cure that. And then go in with several more layers to kind of get the right tone and the right shade. But it looks good. It looks good. Again, I'm my own biggest critic, so I'm always skeptical about stuff, but it ended up working out. We are going to go in and also do the first layer of colors for the lip. And for me, I think once I add the coloring, I think it starts to really look like something to me. While I'm sculpting, of course, it always looks like this is not going anywhere. This is not going far. But once the color gets added, I'll be like, okay, I can see the vision. I can see something here. Now, I did see a video where somebody said to do like acetone and alcohol mix to kind of like smooth out the 3D molding gel before painting over it to kind of give it like that smooth finish. But I'm going to have to get into that. But I did see a video where somebody did that. And I'm like, that kind of works. I have not tested that theory on my own, but I will soon. So, yeah. Feel free to sound off in the comments about any tips, suggestions, any opinions that you may have on doing 3D, all of that. I am open ears and I will listen and I will go through and see what's what. Again, Cousin Clan, we are in this together and I really like hearing from y'all. Long as it's nice, I'll be open to listening to opinions and thoughts and comments. Just long as it's nice. That's it. Going in and still layering up the colors for this nail right here, and it's looking good. So yeah, we're going to move on. For this next nail, we are going to go in and sculpt out this ear. And I will say, this was the most easiest nail out of all of them. Like, I literally got it done in 2.5 seconds. And I was like, that took me no time. Seriously. Literally, in my personal opinion, the easiest one. So, yeah, it looks good. It turned out really nice. I really don't know what I would have done without this silicone tool because it is really helping me get the job done as far as like sculpting the inner parts of the ear to really give it that look. But, yeah, I'm like, I like you. You are heaven sent. Seriously. Going in, adding some color to the ear, and for now, that's going to be that. For this next nail, we are going to be doing 3D teeth. And honestly, with the way that I was feeling like 2 weeks ago, I don't even want to look at anything related to teeth, but it is what it is. I had a literal toothache out of this world. And when your teeth are hurting, like, let me just say, if you've never experienced a toothache, just be thanking God. Just thank God. But when your teeth are hurting, literally, everybody can shut up. Seriously. I was literally crawling on the floor just asking God to just help me, like get me through. Seriously. That pain was just a really different pain. And yeah, again, if you've never experienced that, just thank God, please. And thank you. But anyway, we are going in right here. And once I got the tooth actually sculpted out, I did decide to go in and do like the silver crown look. And again, like getting these in as a kid because, of course, when you're a child, you be eating candy. You're not really brushing properly. You're not flossing properly. I know I wasn't. But that was then. This is now. Anyway, as a kid, getting the crowns on your teeth, that was just pain. Just overall, not keeping up with your dental or anything as far as your mouth can be painful. Like, as a kid, I dreaded going to the dentist office. Like, yes, Mom, come check me out of school, but don't check me out to go to no dentist or doctor's appointment. Like, have you lost your mind? I don't want to go and see them. Seriously. Because as a kid, it was always bad for me. It was always bad for me. And then, of course, as I grew older, I started to take better care of myself and started to understand the logistics of stuff. But as a kid, it was always bad. But again, that was then, this is now, so it is what it is. And I feel much better. The toothache is now gone, so yeah, I feel better. To finish this entire look off, as far as like the sculpting and in 3D, we are going to be doing this eyeball situation. Now, I will say that this is my least favorite nail. I did not like how the eyeball came out. Yeah, it wasn't really doing it for me. But I went ahead and did it anyway. I just wish that it was a little bit better. But once I kind of got towards this part, I was kind of just like over it. I'm like, okay, I've been sculpting and I've been in here for some hours. I know I spent 7 hours doing these. And so by the time I got on this one, I was just like, okay, this the home stretch. I'm tired. I'm ready to go. So it was a little rushed, a little wacky, but I went ahead and did it anyway. Moving on to us actually sealing the deal for these nails, I am going to go in and add like a bunch of just like piercings and a bunch of different little add-ons just to kind of really bring the look together. Of course, I could have left these nails just as plain as they are because they look good, except for the eye nail. Of course, I feel like the eye nail could have been way better. But it is what it is. Yeah, in my personal opinion, they look really good. And I could have left them just as plain as they are. But of course, this is the headquarters. We do not do plain. I will take it a step further. And yeah, this is the extra step. We are going to go in and just add like little jewels, little diamonds, some actual piercings that I have as charms. And we're going to bring the look together. Going in on the ear, we are going to add like the barbell and do like the industrial piercing. And I'm like, I like this. And as bad as I like this, I do not have any piercings of my own. Only thing that I have pierced is my ears, and I got that done as a baby. But I don't have any piercings, any tattoos, because I am literally scared out of my mind. Like, that's a different type of fear for me. But hopefully I'll be able to get over that one day and maybe get something. But no piercings, no tattoos, because I'm scared and I'm just like, I know I'm going to cry. I know I'm going to cry. But that's subject to change in the future, hopefully. Hopefully. But here is the entire finished product for these 3D nails. I absolutely love, except for the eye nail, how these came out. I wish I had an actual eyelash for the eye nail. I think that would have made it better. But I just tried to do what I could as far as the lashes because I really wanted to give it that realistic feel. But I just had to do what I had to do and use what I had here at the headquarters. But I don't know. Maybe I have to redo this set a different way, much better next time. I don't know. Yeah, everything is doing it for me except the eyeball nail. That's it. The teeth look great. The ear looks great. The middle nail looks great. The tongue and the teeth with the open mouth, everything is doing it. I like this. The piercings added that touch, and I'm just like, yeah, it's giving exactly what needs to be gave. Cousins, if you watched this entire episode all the way through and through from beginning to end, I just want to say I love and appreciate you so much. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe so I could continue to reach more people, and be sure to leave your opinion or any thoughts and comments down in the comment section below. If you are interested in any of the products that you see me using in this episode, you can find a link to my Amazon storefront. Also, be sure to follow me on all other platforms. And as always, thank y'all for tuning in.